Lesson 14. Time Management and Procrastination, the fine line between success and failure. All right, listeners to Life Theory, brace yourselves because we're about to share something controversial with you. But it's true, and it's been proven repeatedly. There's only one surefire way to defeat procrastination. Sure, there are helpful tips, such as committing to the task, forgiving yourself for past procrastination, holding yourself accountable, breaking the task into smaller parts, minimizing distractions, and setting deadlines. However, they all require more effort from you, or they ultimately come down to the same core principle. Don't think, just do it already. We often give simple tasks far too much power and energy, labeling it as procrastination, as if it's a chronic disorder we have no control over. Why do you keep putting off doing the laundry? You'll have to do it eventually, so by delaying it, you're only making yourself dread and eventually hate the task. It consumes your mental energy, tires you out, and leaves you wearing your last set of clean clothes, creating more work in the end. If you had tackled it the moment it crossed your mind, it would already be done and packed away. The truth is, we overthink tasks and projects far too much. They don't require that much thought or introspection. So when you think about a task, take action. When we delve into the psychology of procrastination, it becomes evident that the only way to overcome it is to just do it. Now, can you guess which two parts of your brain are responsible for procrastination? We've mentioned them several times in this course. Welcome back. The prefrontal cortex and the limbic system. The limbic system houses our brain's pleasure center, while the prefrontal cortex controls planning and decision-making. As we've learned, the prefrontal cortex is weaker and less developed, so it often loses battles with other parts of our brain. There are three types of procrastinators: thrill seekers, avoiders, and indecisive procrastinators. Thrill seekers enjoy the adrenaline rush that comes with cutting it close. They often believe they produce their best work under pressure, but this also spills into areas where pressure isn't necessary, like doing laundry. Avoiders procrastinate because they're scared of something, whether it's being judged for their work or producing less than perfect results. They put tasks off, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. Indecisive procrastinators delay tasks to have an escape route if their results are mediocre. You can see that procrastination has little to do with the task you're distracting yourself from. When you get the urge to chill on the couch rather than work on your project, it's not because you want to relax. It's because you don't want to do the project for one of the reasons mentioned above. When emotions move through the limbic system, they're like a blanket covering the prefrontal cortex. No matter how much planning you do or how many preventative measures you take, when that blanket of emotion comes, the only thing that will help is your conscious stepping in and assisting your prefrontal cortex to stay online. It takes a strong burst of willpower to fight temptation, which is why you must ensure your willpower is charged enough to fend it off. Author and motivational speaker Mel Robbins often addresses procrastination in her work. She even wrote a book about it called The 5-Second Rule. The basic idea is as simple as what we've been saying. Just do the thing. Jump up the moment the thought enters your mind. If you don't act within the first 5 seconds of having that thought, it'll fade, and you'll remain exactly where you are, not doing the thing. When this pattern repeats, just like anything else, procrastination becomes a habit, and a bad one at that. Robbins emphasizes the importance of distinguishing between being a procrastinator and having a habit of procrastinating. The difference is crucial. Categorizing our procrastination as a habit means we can employ brain tricks to correct it. She explains that habits typically consist of three parts: the trigger, the repetitive pattern, and the reward. With procrastination, the trigger is usually stress. When we have a long list of tasks and deadlines, our brains feel overwhelmed, and we want to avoid that stress and discomfort. So when our procrastination habit is triggered, we avoid. This repetition of avoidance solidifies procrastination as your stress response habit. Now, Robbins says there's no way to eliminate the trigger for this habit because we'll always face stress in life. To tackle procrastination, we must target the repeated action of avoiding tasks. When we notice ourselves procrastinating or scrolling through TikTok instead of working, we must interrupt ourselves, acknowledge the stress we're feeling, and realize that acknowledging the emotion is essential. Once the habit is interrupted, you can awaken your prefrontal cortex and start doing the task. If it helps, tell yourself you only have to work for 5 minutes, just 5. You can take a short break afterward if needed, but chances are you won't, because once you've started, you'll build momentum. Starting is always the hardest part. Once you're in motion, you'll realize that completing the task isn't so bad. You just need to get moving and keep on adding to your life theory. So, there you have it. The key to overcoming procrastination lies in not overthinking tasks and just taking action. By being mindful of your emotions, interrupting the procrastination habit, and starting the task, you'll find that you're more productive, less stressed, and living a more impactful life. Remember, as we've mentioned throughout this course, it's all about developing habits that lead to a larger, more fulfilling life. Don't let procrastination hold you back from achieving your dreams and aspirations. By understanding the psychology behind it and actively working to combat it, you'll be well on your way to living the life you've always wanted. Stay focused and keep pushing forward.